Don't wear this on a cruise over 60, packing mistakes that will ruin your trip. You're about to board your cruise. You've been planning this trip for months, and right now, inside your suitcase, there are at least 5 things that are going to cause you a real problem on that ship. Not because you forgot something, but because most cruise packing advice out there was never written for travelers over 60. What works for a 30-year-old on a party cruise will absolutely wreck your trip. I've got the full list. Stay with me. Here's the game plan. I've broken this down into 12 packing mistakes that are especially dangerous for travelers over 60. Some are comfort issues, some are safety issues, and a few are going to save you real money. Let me be clear, this is not about packing light for the sake of packing light. This is about packing smart for the reality of what life on a cruise ship actually looks like when you're over 60. There's a big difference. Let's do this. Packing mistake number 1, high heels and hard-soled. Dress shoes. I get it. The formal dinner photos. The captain's night. You want to look incredible, and you absolutely can. But here's what nobody mentions before you sail. Cruise ships move. Even on calm seas, there is a constant subtle rocking. Navigating marble floor dining rooms, wet pool decks, and steep gangways in heels is genuinely dangerous. Fall injuries are one of the top medical emergencies on cruise ships, and they happen disproportionately to travelers over 60. Here's what you do instead. 1 pair of dressy flats or low block-heeled shoes for formal nights. They photograph just as beautifully. They protect your knees, your back, and your safety record. Packing mistake number 2. Heavy formal wear for nights that no longer exist. Here's the reality of cruising in 2026. Formal nights are not what they used to be. Carnival. Optional formal nights barely enforced. Royal Caribbean. Mostly smart casual now. Norwegian. They eliminated formal nights almost entirely. You do not need a tuxedo. You do not need a full-length gown. These items take up enormous suitcase space, they wrinkle terribly, and most require dry cleaning when you get home. Your move is this: 1 nice blazer, 1 elevated dinner dress, pair it with flat shoes. Done. That's your entire formal wardrobe for a 7-night cruise. Packing mistake number 3. White or light-colored clothing on embarkation day. Embarkation day is controlled chaos. You're walking through terminals, sitting on buses, handling luggage, and navigating a massive ship for the first time. Wearing white or light cream on boarding day is a disaster waiting to happen. A coffee spill, a sunscreen smear, a luggage scuff. By lunchtime, that white blouse is a crime scene. Do this instead. Save the light colours for day 2 and day 3. Embarkation day gets a dark, practical outfit that can handle anything. Packing mistake number 4. Synthetic, non-breathable fabrics in warm climates. If you're cruising the Caribbean, the Bahamas, or any warm weather destination, and most travellers over 60 this one is critical. Polyester and nylon trap heat. When you're standing in 85-degree heat in Cozumel, walking 2 miles to an excursion, you will feel every ounce of that synthetic fabric. And here's the thing, heat regulation becomes more important as we age, not less. Those fabrics are actively working against your body. Pack lightweight, moisture-wicking, or natural fibre clothing instead: linen, bamboo, travel-specific fabrics that breathe. It doesn't have to be expensive. It has to be smart. Packing mistake number 5. Expensive jewellery at ports of call. Let me be clear on this one. Ports of call are high distraction environments. Tourists are loaded down with bags, pulling out phones and cameras, stopping to look at things, and you stand out. Expensive jewellery makes you a target, and cruise travel insurance almost never covers jewellery theft at ports. What most people miss: leave the expensive pieces in your cabin, safe. Pack costume jewellery or simple pieces for excursion days. The real jewellery stays locked up. Period. Packing mistake number 6. Flip-flops as your primary shoe. Here's the other side of the trap. You hear no heels on a cruise, and you think, great, I'll just wear flip-flops for everything. That is a different problem entirely. Wet pool decks, metal staircases, tender boats, steep narrow gangways. Flip-flops on these surfaces are genuinely hazardous, especially for travellers over 60 with any balance or mobility considerations. What you need is a real cruise shoe, a closed-toe water shoe, a supportive sandal with a heel strap, or a walking shoe that can get wet. Something that grips, something that supports your arch. If this is already saving your suitcase, smash that thumbs up button right now. It helps other travellers over 60 find this video before they make these same mistakes. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Now let's keep going. Packing mistake number 7. Too many shoes. This is the single biggest space mistake I see from cruisers over 60. Here is the rule. 3 pairs of shoes for a 7-night cruise. 1 casual walking shoe for ports and everyday ship time. 1 dressier flat for evenings. 1 sandal or pool slide for deck time. That is it. Every extra pair beyond those 3 is dead weight you are hauling to and from the ship for no reason at all. Packing mistake number 8. A full-size toiletry Arsenal cruise ship cabins, especially interior or ocean view cabins, which most value-savvy travellers over 60 book have tiny bathrooms, almost no counter space. Bringing full-size shampoo bottles, an entire skincare regimen in glass jars, and a travel flat iron is going to turn that bathroom into an obstacle course for 7 days. The smart play here, transfer everything to travel-sized containers. Use a hanging over-the-door organizer. I've linked the exact one I recommend in the description. It hooks right over the bathroom door and doubles your counter space instantly. It is a game changer in small cabins. Packing. Mistake number 9. The just-in-case pile. Be honest with yourself. The workout clothes you're packing because you might use the gym. You are not going to use the gym. The second formal outfit, just in case you will not need to. The extra cardigan, in case it gets cold. When you're sailing the Eastern Caribbean in July, it is not getting cold. Every just-in-case item is a decision tax you pay every single time you open your suitcase. Pack what you know you will wear. Leave the rest at home. Packing cubes will help you see exactly what you've committed to. I've linked my top pick in the description below. Grab them before you sail. Packing mistake number 10. Wrong footwear for shore excursions. What you wear on your feet for a Cozumel beach day is completely different from what you need for an Alaska glacier walk, or a Dubrovnik cobblestone tour, or a Bermuda moped rental day. Packing 1 pair of excursion shoes you plan to use for everything is how you end up in dress sandals on a rocky trail. What you need to do: research your specific ports before you sail, know what each excursion actually looks like, then pack the 1 or 2 pairs of footwear that handle your actual itinerary, not a general purpose compromise. Packing mistake number 11. Anything that requires dry cleaning. Here's the reality of cruise life. You have limited hanging space and 0 access to a dry cleaner for 7 days. When I say 0 access, you do have onboard dry cleaning or washing service, however it comes at a cost. Let me tell you, I used the service on my last Disney cruise and the cost was well over $96. And that was just for basic wash and dry, not your typical dry cleaning and press. Check the rates on the sheet in your cabin closet. Silk blouses, structured blazers without wrinkle resistance, formal suits. These items look terrible by day 3 on a ship. They're high maintenance and low value. What works? Wrinkle resistant fabrics. Packing cubes to keep everything organized and pressed flat. And a travel wrinkle releaser. I use one on every single trip and it genuinely saves clothes. It's in the description below. Grab it before you sail. Packing mistake number 12. No compression for long travel days. This one is the most overlooked item on any cruise packing list, and it matters most for travellers over 60. Getting to your cruise port usually means a long flight, a layover, and hours of sitting. Blood pooling in the legs during extended travel increases the risk of DVT. Compression socks are one of the simplest, most effective tools to prevent that, and they're almost never on standard cruise packing lists. Pack 2 pairs, wear them on every travel day. Your legs will thank you the moment you step onto that ship, ready to actually enjoy your vacation. Here's the playbook for packing over 60 in one sentence. Pack for the reality of your cruise, not the fantasy of what you think you might need. 3 pairs of shoes, breathable fabrics, functional footwear for each port, compression for travel days, no expensive jewellery at ports, and leave the just-in-case pile at home. Everything I mentioned today, the packing cubes, the wrinkle releaser, compression socks, the hanging organizer, the packable backpack, I've linked all of it in the description below. Grab what you need before you sail. If this video helped you, smash that thumbs up button. Drop a comment below. Tell me the one thing you always overpack on a cruise. Your comment will literally help thousands of other travellers over 60 watching this video. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching and have an amazing cruise.